tool. I mean, for the Western world, everything has to be a tool, and also ayahuasca, as we see it, is a tool for a shaman. What is it?
Yes, besides of being a tool to seduce tourists,
Yes.
it is used as as a tool to get into the mood, to get in the state of consciousness, to be able to switch those perspectives. One who drinks ayahuasca is trained in that, is at the same time is a human being staying with his patient and singing his medical songs and so on, and at the same time he switches into the perspective of some tree people or animal people, to be able to see the patient from another perspective, to perceive him like the trees would perceive him, and so he can see something different. For example, we can see a tree, and there are two trees, and one is growing over the other, and so we cut something off one tree, and so we help the other tree to grow better, and that's something that the tree among them would never be able to do. And it's something similar from the other perspective. Like trees can do something with human beings that we can't do. I like this picture because it also shows the ambiguity between healing and sorcery. Because one tree will grow better, but the other tree is cut down. So you do harm at the same time as you are healing. And that's this ambiguity in this kind of healing, because it's always connected with doing harm and healing one person. Maybe one person had been bewitched by a sorcerer. So you have to get this witchcraft out of the patient and throw it back to the sorcerer. So you do harm to the sorcerer. And it's always connect the good healing and the evil doing harm. And that's, well, to come back to ayahuasca, that is used as a tool to easily achieve this state of visionary experience. It's a lot easier to come into the state drinking ayahuasca than by concentration or training. So that's why it's quite popular also among the indigenous people, because it requires less training than, for example, working with tobacco or other plants, or just with songs and concentration. There are very few people among the indigenous who do not drink ayahuasca, who do this without, for example, with tobacco or with concentration and with songs and so on.
And also what's interesting, the process of healing or divination or whatever, the ritual, Westerners or people visiting that place are very happy because they think, okay, they will drink now ayahuasca, they will experience something extremely different from what they have done until now. But what is most proper for the indigenous communities is that not the patient or the one that would like to get better because of this or other reason would also drink it, but only the healer, only the shaman would drink ayahuasca.
Yes. That's a very different perception, because in the Western society, you know, there had been many experiments in the 60s and so on for psychotherapy with LSD and psilocybin and so on, and it's always the thinking went along that way that the person who feels bad or who has a problem should take the drug to get some certain insights and then get better with this. But in the indigenous perception, it's the other way around. The people don't drink ayahuasca; they just come to the healer and to consult him, and he drinks ayahuasca, and the patients do not. Usually, in the indigenous society, they wouldn't, because it's dangerous. It's connected to witchcraft, and they don't want to. There's a big difference. So the Westerner who goes there and expects to drink ayahuasca. And that was the main cause of the popularization of ayahuasca within the indigenous societies, because of this expectation. And now they're doing rituals with everybody drinking ayahuasca and so on, but that's not the indigenous idea, that's a Western idea. The indigenous idea is the healer drinks the ayahuasca and to be able to contact those plant and animal people and do a spiritual work on the patient.
One of you were showing at your talk also one of these rituals where a shaman was putting, you've mentioned before there, they have these mostly geometric designs. They are somewhat similar to Persian art, let's say.
Yeah, it looks something like this.
Looks something like that for the listeners to maybe imagine a bit better. But they're putting these wheels over, they lie down the people and then they cover them completely with these textiles, with these designs on them. What can you say about this?
That's a really funny story, because actually this is the idea of a German anthropologist who did research among Shipibo people during the 80s. And there were some stories going around in literature and among the researchers that those designs could be connected somehow to music, like a kind of notation for certain songs or certain music. But this Shipibo people didn't never think about this. Those designs are kind of art, a decorative art, and it's very important for them to identify them as Shipibo people, to distinguish them from other people and to say we are the correct people, we are those who have those designs on our clothes and whatever. And this German anthropologist, she thought, she had the idea that the connection between those design patterns and music also could include this ayahuasca drinking, and that because when you drink ayahuasca you see colorful designs, and this can be the same, And so she said, okay, for sure there's a connection between the ayahuasca drinking and the healing sessions and the designs and the music. And she was talking about this to Shipibo people. And Shipibo people heard of this idea from her, from the German. And then they adopted it, and now they use it excessively for presenting that to the tourists and also to researchers. There is anthropological literature about this. But I mean, it's a German idea. And now they use it and they do sessions like this. Now it converts into reality. It transforms into reality because they actually do it. But it was a German idea. That's really funny.
And you speak, of course, their language. You've learned their language. You've lived there for quite many years, and you've been asking them around, and nobody is aware of this, except for those people that took it and now they use it and go around. Also, I saw Peruvian television saying this because it's a good, commercial move.
Yeah, it sounds very well. Well, I could tell you a very funny story of my own research, because I read this book by the German anthropologist before doing my first field work, and so I came among. I found a woman on the market who sold us textiles, and I asked her, as a researcher, a stupid suggestive question, because I read of it before, and I asked something like, is it true that these designs are connected to music? And she said, yes, I can sing this. And so she took the textile and followed the lines with her finger while singing a song. And she said, this design is for good luck, and the song is also for good luck, so you should buy it. And well, I was not